and welcome back to Bookish Brits. My name is Michelle and I haven't been on this channel in a very long time. However, I couldn't resist. I really wanted to take part in the 22 in 2022 thing that I've seen, in which people choose 22 books that they have on their shelves to read during 2022, and honestly, I could do with a little push, I guess, back into reading, because I haven't been doing that much of it lately, and I miss it. I do. So here are the 22 books I've chosen to read in 2022, starting with the book I'm currently reading, which is this one, The Outlaws, Scarlet and Brown by Jonathan Stroud. I absolutely adore Jonathan Stroud. I've read the first book in this Lockwood and Co series, and I need to read the rest of them. I loved the Bartimaeus sequence. He's fantastic, and I'm about, I'd say, just under halfway through this book already, and absolutely love it. I just, like I said, I need that push to spend a little bit more time reading each day. So that's what the actual cover there looks like. I've also got some books that I've gotten for Christmas that I'd really like to read. I figure it's probably not great continually buying books or receiving books and not reading them. I got this wonderful book, Tash Hart's Tolstoy, as a Secret Santa. It was on my wish list. It was a pretty great Secret Santa receiving this one. Sorry, this is by Catherine Ormsby. And it just sounds really, really great. So I'm hoping to read that this year. These are some books that I got for myself, really, for Christmas. One is a collection of poetry, Staying Human, edited by Neil Astley. I have the whole collection, including Staying Alive, Being Human, and now this one, Staying Human. I really enjoy collections of poetry, just because I usually come across poems and poets that I've not come across before, and then I usually end up doing a little deep dive within the poetry world. I had the autobiography of Malcolm X and the autobiography of Martin Luther King Jr. On my wish lists for a while. I thought I'd like to know more, so those are on my list. I've got Unwell Women by Eleanor Cleghorn on my list. This says a journey through medicine and myth in a man-made world. Yeah, I really, I've had quite a few different books about how women have, like, yeah, well, hard to explain why this one sounds so fascinating to me without getting into a whole long backstory. I also really love the cover, and it just sounds really interesting. Nonfiction has become more my thing lately, and I've got Tertial and Eleanor by Garth Nix to read as well. I'm a huge Garth Nix fan, so I couldn't resist that one. And then, I don't know if I've mentioned on this channel before, one of my favorite things to do in the town that I live in, there are, I don't know, 6, 7, possibly 8 charity shops within a very short area. And what I like to do is start at one side of town, visit each charity shop in turn, and check out their book section. I can usually find some really great bargains, and there's quite a few here that I include, I guess, in these charity bargains. One is The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I really loved The Handmaid's Tale. I'm really looking forward to reading a sequel to that. A long time ago, I picked up Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. Haven't read it. Should do. The Secret Barrister stories of the law and how it's broken. Again, like I said, nonfiction is becoming more my thing, and I really like stories about the law as well. I've also got Unsheltered by Barbara Kingsolver. Barbara Kingsolver used to be one of my favorite authors, and then I kind of fell out of reading her new material, and now I'm trying to come back to it. I've got How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. I've really enjoyed some of the books and stories that he's written regarding mental health issues, which I figure this is probably one of them. And I've got 2 YA books, Happy Girl Lucky by Holly Smale, which I think is the first book in the new Valentine's series, and also Beauty Sleep by Catherine Evans, which I don't really know that much about, but picked it up on a whim. So those are those books. I also have 2 books that I've borrowed from a friend, and I'm assuming she'd like her books back at some point. Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Iyemide. Sorry, I've probably butchered that, but I tried. Sounds really good. Boarding school stories are pretty great. And I've also got The Outrage by William Hussey. I've loved Hideous Beauty from him in the past, and this one sounds a bit heartbreaking, but also just really, really good. So I'd like to read those this year. And then moving on to some of the books that I've just had lying about on my shelves that I'd like to read. I've got the new Sally Rooney, Beautiful World, Where Are You? I'm a big fan of Sally Rooney's. Couldn't resist this one in hardback. Educated by Tara Westover, which I started last year. I got 90 pages into it. Would like to finish the rest of her story. It sounded really good. Dread Nation by Justina Ireland had a fantastic premise. Again, I started it a while ago, really enjoyed it, and then just got distracted with other things. So I'd like to finally finish that. Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Really, really enjoyed what I have read of it, which isn't much, but it just felt like every word that was written just sounded like it should be read aloud, and like taken some time over some of his prose, which I'd like to finally finish. All the Lonely People by David Owen. I've really enjoyed some of his books in the past, and this one sounds really interesting about social media and feeling lonely amongst it. I think I can see that I had started it previously, got 2 chapters in and then put it down again. Not a reflection on the book itself, but more on the fact that reading just hasn't been my thing lately, and I need to get back into it. And the final book on my list is The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I'm a big fan of Neil Gaiman's. I really have no idea what this book is about. However, I bought this book in hardback, and it was a really long time ago, so I'd probably like to know what happens with this one. So that's it from me today. Those are the 22 books that I would like to read. By the end of the year, it would be fantastic to clear, I guess, some of this space off my TBR piles. But yeah, let me know what you're reading lately, what books that you've just been it's been probably sat there for too long that you haven't read. What did you get for Christmas? Yeah, let me know, and I will see you again soon.